Recording in progress.
Hi, hello, welcome to Consularship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name was Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate some spiritual guidance. We're going to go towards the gate, something we do a minimum of twice a week. For right now, something's going on. The universe has plans for us special children, so why don't we just be a little obedient today? Should always be very obedient, but if it's difficult, put on training wheels. Start with a little bit, right? Okay, so we got to go before the throne, and this is the community throne, so it's a little bit easier, but we still got to report. And let's align things right quickly. And I say some things sometimes that offend. Listen, it's very easy to offend a fool, and it's very easy to give counsel to the wise. You see, the wise man will take even foolish advice and use it to his advantage. A fool is easily offended. And a lot of the things that I'm saying, it really is designed either for the spiritual children or the spiritual students. The public, a lot of things are just going to go over the head. And that's by design. I don't mean to seem, hoity-toity, holier than thou. It's just for the nature of this work, even if there's other tarot readers doing it, for the nature of this work, many things are encoded. That's both a blessing and a curse. It's not meant as an offense. Okay, so we're going before the throne, le torre. It's been a good week. Very, very, very busy though. I feel well. I was speaking to a new parent, and it was like their second kid or whatever. Um, and something that was said really struck me hard. They were like, "Your first kid will get rid of all your little rules, and you'll feel like you're dying every day. But the second kid, it's still a lot. But the thing is, you have a higher capacity that you didn't have with the first. The first kid was kind of, they opened the door for you to level up. The second kid, yeah, they require all that effort, energy, attention that the first kid did. But the second kid, you have the capacity. Kids could be anything, a new relationship, especially a healthy one, because you can't do minimum effort in a healthy relationship. Sometimes a business, sometimes when you have a new job, or even if you're going to school or whatever, that could be that is, I don't want to compare them, but when you have a new project, when you have a new baby, when you have something that you're nurturing, so that's what it felt like. That last week felt like my first kid. I don't know what happened, but I was cranking out things. I was doing things that I didn't imagine, and I felt like I was being torn and dragged in every single direction with all the intuition. So we're going within yet again because there's a moth to a flame and an easy trick. We give a lot of love, energy, effort, attention to others. We try to nurture every human, every being, feline, bovine, vulpine, canine, equine, avian, don't matter, don't care. We human, we we try to nurture every being, and there needs to be this new discernment that comes in as we move through the world. We're not there yet. We come across a lot of, it's not needy and it's not, it's beggar, not damsel. It's closer to prostitute than it is damsel. So what is prostitute energy? It's not about popping P on the street, slaying D everywhere in the hood. It's more sacrificing your eternal everything for a temporary something. It's giving the goodies right now out of needs and security and sacrificing forever and for always because that's down the road. That's a possibility that may never happen. That's a it's an acting as if one doesn't know their self-worth and value. And I'm not talking about cash money, dollar bills, price. I'm talking about self-worth, self-respect, deservedness. I'm also talking about anything that destroys your peace is too expensive. Anything that costs you your peace is too expensive, which means you cannot sell your soul. You cannot lower your boundaries or standards, or it will pay in ways that at that moment you're doing it, you will never fathom. This is a difficult example, but I'm going to use it. We know how valuable 2 minutes is right now, but say you walk out in the street and you get hit by a car and your leg gets amputated, or you wake up tomorrow and the doctor calls you with a terminal diagnosis. 2 minutes is suddenly going to be a lot more valuable. So this is the thing with prostitute. It's a giving away the everything for the temporary something. And that's the truth. I don't know why I'm saying this because it seems harsh and it's right out the gate. I was not trying to come for you this morning. um, but that's where we're at with things. So apparently we're dealing with this hermit energy here. Instead of withdrawing from society out of fear, negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need, we need to seek solitude in order to focus intently on inner life, focusing on personal creativity. Sometimes the creativity is the energy we want to put out into the world, what we're birthing. If that makes sense? Which I was just talking about at the beginning of the cast. A new baby is not always a human. Thank you to the queens and goddesses out there creating new life. We honor you, we praise you, we thank you. It's more, sometimes we have to give labor pains. We have to deal with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. And I'm not just talking about doing that task right now. That's what I was talking about, that 2 minutes. It's also like, if you don't start that project, if you don't go back to school, if you don't reconnect with that estranged person in a relationship, family, friend, or otherwise, who knows what 2 years from now is going to look like? The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. So I don't know what I'm getting, but this means the perfect person. Because I think we're risking or we're fearful of two things: rejection, which is only in our mind. Yes, you can be rejected, but it's really just being told no. You're already a no in your head. Why don't you get to a no out loud in real life? But there are usurpers, those who want to add negative influence, negative energy, toxicity on our spiritual inheritance, our celestial endowment, or we might be fearful of our own birthright, our own destiny, because the Lord, through our own action, is trying to cleanse, purify, bring some type of sanctuary, refuge, which is safe space. So we do have to rapidly, quickly, maybe even ruthlessly seize, like, I'm hearing another language. So there's some kind of interference, negroso, malangria, whatever. The geez, come to me, come to me. Because here it's called the Prince of Swords. That's the knight. The Knight of Swords means acting swiftly. It can mean exploit, it can mean seize, but it can mean acting with the swiftness immediately, without a second thought. Okay, and then this is the gatekeeper of karma, and this is the Lord of karma. So there's something there about alignment, because our achievement in this world, in this life, in the carnal, in the flesh, is being put on the back burner. There's a song coming through. It's called Green Turn to Black by Revolution. And yeah, because we're high worth, high value, high deserving, but we're blocked in some kind of way. There is some kind of monumental erection, like leaving a legacy. We need to put a lot of work into a creation that we leave behind to the world. We need to create some type of public work, whether it's building a platform, whether it's something. It could be starting a nonprofit. It could be inventing something. We're a little indecisive about it, or we're at opposition. We're across opposition. We might be of a different mind. Something is calling us to make some great, grand work. Okay. Yeah, so we're a little mopido. I'm just going to say what's up because we're actually high ranking, spiritually high ranking. Lermitia, the hermit. This might also be something that the family or the ancestry or whatever transmitted the conditioning, the programming, the socializing and conditioning, whatever transmitted that. Usually it's family. Here it's paternity. But it can also just talk about ancestry, familial origin. It Something was transmitted to us that made us ignore our rank. We actually have a lot more closeness to the divine, to the source, to the all that is, that all that was, that all that ever will be than we think. But for some reason, it's flanked as well. So there's energies, entities, ideologies, energies that are blocking or flanking this. This is the attendant of the divine. It's also the elder, the teaching, the teacher. It's also an attendant. It's a monk or a nun or a priest. So we actually have a spiritual duty that we're ignoring. And I'm hearing the word we're absconding. Okay, well, that's a little bit judgmental. Um, let's carry this message on and see what we're getting here, because now it says detective. Instead of falsifying information, voyeurism, we should use great powers of observation, intuition, desire to seek out the truth. So there may be those, since we have that five, there may be those around us that are living in sin, Seven of Cups, that are somewhat unhealed, unawakened, unaware, not on the level. They're swamp, ratas cucarachas. They enjoy living at the bottom of the barrel. They enjoy being a crab in a bucket. So they watch to kind of tone police or vibe police or gatekeep those around them getting bigger, brighter, and better. They're like, who do you think you are to want bigger for yourself? Who do you think you are? Get off your high horse. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, because the gate of the divine is opening to us according to the richness of our soul, according to the fruits of our lifetimes, the things we've come. But you see, it's whatever we're getting, it's blocking out our gifts. Papa, see, English is not here. There's some kind of interference on a spiritual level. I just got to say, because the English is not here right now. Yeah, it's not coming. So the High Priestess and the Death card, those together can mean Moon and Scorpio for sure, or it can mean that our gifts are being blocked or obscured or something of that nature, but we're needing clearance. We're needing to go according to what our intuition is, but it's also one of those trust but verify. Just because we have an intuitive, nudge, we could also confirm that intellectually as well. Because our place in the divine, our place in the heavenly choir is calling. We're calling something in according to our role in heaven. And again, it's something is here trying to bring fear or illusion or falsities or ignorance or toxicity, negativity, evil influence to our birthright. And again, we need to take action towards some type of chosen project, something that God assigned to us, something that the universe has vibrationally attuned to our energy frequency vibration. And again, our life itself, what we came into flesh, what we incarnated to accomplish, for some reason, there's something petty about it. There's something low vibrational. There's something boring, basic. It's not even that. It's conflict, conundrums, karma, crossings, competitions, contestation. There's some in flagro, like it inflames. It triggers the demon. It triggers the low vibrational nature. It triggers the shadow, the evil in folks, because now it's as if like we're not sure we want to go through all that we need to go through to do all that we need to do to get this thing off the ground, to leave behind this legacy for the Lord. I'm saying legacy because the 10 of Pentacles already came out. So, there is something that is made for us, 10 of Cups. But again, there's targeting, energetic targeting. We're being haunted. To a lesser degree, we can be feeling guilty or shameful about some kind of connection to our origin, to our community, or to a relationship we could have been in. Or we might be thinking, oh, our duty to our family is going to get in the way of these dreams that we have. If you're able to dream, it's for you. Because we're standing before the throne of the divine here, and it's karma. We're not going to want to go back to the Lord. We're not going to want to go back to the higher realms of the universe and do our soul review and see a bunch of on the board failed objective, failed mission, mission failed, mission failed, mission failed, mission failed. We're not going to want to justify to our ancestors and to our creator why we ignored our gifts, why we forsake our mission. By the way, this is karma. So it's still within our hands, number one. Number two, somebody might have their Jupiter in Libra. Okay, we got a ways to go. So there is new growth, new material abundance here, but we need to reach out and grab it. And it is something that we can lead, we can nurture and develop a lot. That's the terms and conditions, though. That's what's part of, we got to deal with the pain. As I said, the pain of discipline, the pain of regret, the pain of doing it or the pain of not doing it. Sometimes when the pain to stay the same becomes more than the pain it takes to change, then we make that change. So it's going to require our leadership, our nurturing, our development, but it's also we got to choose which pain that we're going to have. Are we going to deal with the pain of not doing it or the pain of doing it? And this is what the Lord, the divine, wants us to know. This is what Baba is trying to teach us. Adi Baba wants us to, Baba Dio wants us to learn about our spiritual authority. They want us to start venturing out using our discernment as well upon the earth. There's something here about we might have prayed or we might have asked for something. Also, like we were feeling unworthy of love, or we weren't getting the love that we needed, or maybe we don't want to give love, something of that. Because we're a little skeptical right now. There's some kind of love that we weren't giving or we weren't receiving, or so this is going to put us in the energy frequency vibration of aligning all those disparate connections that we have with the self and with others, because this is vibrationally attuned with our soul. I keep saying this, so it's relevant today. But also, this is going to give us our wings if we don't have them already, but it's also going to bring us to spiritual perfection and make sure that we live as a chosen being. We're chosen, but we're not living like a chosen being, some of us, because we're desiring to get out there and maybe be more religious, to be honest. With the Page of Wands, if they're a child, the one thing the Page of Wands needs is a non-fanaticism. They need to choose their own thing that they're fanatic about. It can't be given to them. So this is undoing conditioning and programming. This is undoing socialization. This is undoing, this is the desire to be free, to get out there and live a little. And it's as if we want to go towards some kind of we might also want a rank increase. So unlike the Knight, the Page is the personal planets. The Knight is the generational planets. So we could have our Venus in Sagittarius, or our Venus, well, it's our Venus in Sagittarius, or the first or ninth house. Or even if it isn't, it means that the thing that's going to enrich our life is going to be some type of philosophy, some type of spiritual principle, tradition, some type of practice and or tradition. And completely 100% correct. That is the thing we need in order to master life and to master our own power. We need to work on fulfilling our destiny. Not only is that the truth, but that's the blessing from the divine. And that's what makes our soul so pure, so innocent, and so favored by the Lord, because God really loves us. We are very, very, very chosen. Beloved. Okay, we're nearing the end here. Okay, so we do need to get a little bit more mature, have a pilgrimage, because also we're not working with angelic assistance right now. Um, or we need to let the divine come in and co-create with us. The Three of Pentacles can be angelic assistance or physical collaboration on a project, some kind of plan, strategy, like a lesson plan, a syllabus, a strategy. This is about pilgrimage, angelic guidance then. If this is about pilgrimage, this is about angelic guidance. This might be about maturing, and then this could go back to the learning a plan, learning a syllabus, getting a lesson plan, having some mentorship. But this is about learning about your spiritual abilities. This is about going on a spiritual pilgrimage. This could also be about withdrawing from something. That's also a reference to becoming more mature. And then desiring security, wanting to secure something, wanting to lock something down. It might be a position of some kind. We're at the end here. So this is literally, quite literally, switching teams, but it's not necessarily like going from the evil side to the good side. It's more about like, we might have been co-signing, we might have been codependent, we might have been giving to the problem. And it's going to take a moment. It's going to take will. It's going to take fortitude. But we need to stop. We need to turn things around, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to come from our inner strength. Yeah, because the gate's opening up, but there's a lot of temptations around it as well. We could easily be just as distracted as we were before. But I feel like we're going to come out of that. We're going to take this bull by the horns and we're going to master ourselves. We're willing to make some transitions. We're willing to do the thing that needs to be done where we can never go back to how things were. It took a long time, but we're mastering something. We're securing some kind of spot as well. So we're doing the things we need to do. This is desiring change. And again, we're taking action towards that place where we need to heal, cleanse, purify. Okay, the cards are repeating. So yeah, the Lord of Karma seems to be with us a lot. We're creating a new life, a new beginning, and that's the thing that we needed to do. That's going to open up the gate. Let's just take another look here. So we are actually kind of innocent and pure. We're not actually doing anything evil or doing anything bad. It's that we have a lot of fear of doing this one thing, maybe connecting with this one person. We have a fear of doing the thing that we need to do. And sometimes doing sacred work is a connection with the divine. Sometimes nurturing our children is the work that the Lord gave us to do. I'm not saying that nobody takes care of their children. That's not what I'm saying. And not every child is a physical living human being, although if that's your job, it's very important. And that's the most important, honestly. Mothers don't get enough credit. What I'm saying is we have a fear of intimate union, which is really, we have a fear of our spiritual destiny. If we're not doing what we were born to do, we're still not 100% faithful to our relationship with the Lord. That's what I'm trying to say. So in order to be chosen, we need to handle up on our God duties obligations. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to boldly tackle this indecisiveness. And that's also why we might feel disconnected. Because when we're not living right, God will take away our money and take away our health. That's what gets our attention. And so what will come with some discernment, but it'll come through suffering a little bit, living without, going through austerity, Queen of Swords. Okay, because we run the risk of becoming fallen. If this is not obsession, stalking, or non-requited love, it's becoming fallen. Yeah, so he wants to nip that in the bud because cancel out all those temptations. So he's summoning us to our destiny by reminding us of our spiritual rank. If we want to live below our spiritual station, we're going to suffer a little bit, unfortunately. That's what's being said here. Yeah, so apparently there's victory now. Because we found where to connect. It's the divine. Go to the divine for love, and that's what's going to fill up our cup. Okay. And that's what we are being prepared to learn this whole entire time. living as a chosen being, we do have spiritual authority. Things come before our desk, before our purview that we need to make a judgment call on. And unfortunately, we have to be in alignment. It's like continuing ed. We need to continue on our professional development, except here it's called spiritual development. We need to carry on, continue on. And always, always, always there's a bigger gate, a bigger gate, a bigger gate, a higher vibe, new levels, new devils. There's always a level up. And if we stop leveling up, by definition, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, because the world is going to continue progressing. So if you're saying the same and the world is progressing, you're actually getting worse. You're falling behind. So if you don't keep getting better, you're actually getting worse. It's a secret. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. It's a secret. So we can drive. If we slow and become inert, we actually become a liability. It takes effort to stay in the game. So it's not by accident, it's by intention. But this is why we were given that rank. We were initiated into that spot. We were initiated into that authority for a reason. That supreme authority came with a certain amount of work that we were born for. And this is why God or the Lord or Allah, Buddha, Shekinah, Jehovah, Pachamama, don't matter, don't care, a creator source. This is why they raised us up. This is why they made us detach from certain things, put us in sequestration or isolation, and brought us to grace so that we could be born again. But we had to participate. So whenever we took action and those new beginnings happened, we were able to clearly see, why we were here. The things that we had cultivated alive inside needed to give our heart an opening and awakening so that we could have that discernment, but also that love. So this is why we came to the gate today. Because our chosen status is calling. We're being called to the gate. Many are called, but few are chosen. So remember, there's a lot of other people out there that would give their right arm for our chosen status. They'd love to be in our position. They haven't made it like we have. They don't have the spiritual inheritance that we do. They're not chosen as we are because they're not authentic, genuine, and sincere. All they can give is illusion, delusion, confusion. All they can give is rata cucaracha. All they can give is malangria negrosa. All they can give is brujeria. All they can give is evil eye. All they can give is malanquia. All they can give is trageria. Okay? Trageria, santaria. That's all they can give. Intentional, unintentional. They're swamp beings. They're living in sin in some kind of way, trapped in the matrix. This is the prayer every day. Not God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, the wisdom to know the difference. This is Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, Shekinah. Please awaken, illuminate, enlighten all the beings who are off path, who are out of step, who are lost in the seas of time, trapped in illusion, delusion, confusion, somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness, who have yet to find salvation and redemption. That's what this moon card is about. So we've already made it. We just need to act like it. We need to own our chosen status. We're already highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed, but we need to act like it. And we need to lead out of that space too, because others will be coming to us and we need to steward that road for them. We're going to have to be Moses and part the seas for some people. That's our destined work. That's our spirit, karma, life path, destiny, and the work. That's the duties and obligations. So if you're feeling some kind of way about it, get together in collaboration. You can always email me, ma@ablosi.org. Okay. So we need to put our heads together in that way for those of us feeling alone. Because it's not only going to require unconditional love, it's going to require supreme judgment. Because a lot of the evil eye is coming undone, but also the continued evil eye will be to strip us. And what we need to start doing is transmuting that energy. But in order to transmute energy, you need to be in alignment with the right place, or everything's going to take you down. There comes a time when all the Benedetti when all of the Strigheria Santeria that other people are doing, Benedetti is good magic, but all the bad magic Strigheria, all the Iami, abracadabra that people are doing, it does become a time when it's too much. We have to transmute that energy, where it will make you buckle. It will hold you up. It will hold you back. And if you're not in alignment with where you should be doing what you should be doing, you will fall. It's one of those words that say, if you're doing what you love to do, it's not work. It's a passion. So the thing about it, the energy that can tolerate this 10 is this magician. And the thing about that is that you transmute that energy. Because there's going to be a lot of departing souls coming this spring. And the way to ensure that we're not too close to that energy, not that energy is coming for us, that we need to finally get the message to do what we're here to do. Some people are just too late to the message to be in alignment with why they came here. Okay, they're of an opposing mind. They want to go on free will versus divine will, and that can be a problem. That's why they're damned and not chosen. It's unfortunate, but there's terms and conditions to be a high priestess. You do have spiritual power, you do have godly power, but if you don't use it correctly, not only do you lose it, but you get canceled. If you want to be a heavenly attendant, make sure you don't do anything that gets you canceled. You need to be a very humble, humble, humble. This together means humility. So we might build a throne, we might establish a position of power, but we can lose it at any time. And that's the truth. So love, we need to be loving. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to do so. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. As always, just a quick prayer to all those still lost out there, to illusion, delusion, confusion, trapped in the seas of time, lost somewhere to the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to the return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness. Ho'oponopono, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that you have your steps ordered and your path illuminated, that you return home with serenity, divinity, humility, and grace, your steps ordered and your path illuminated, finding redemption and salvation. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandava, and ashe. Go ahead and smash that like button. Bye-bye.